Whenever a doctor tells you to eat healthy, they're really saying that eat healthy overall. If you're eating healthy 70 to 80% of the times and then eating junk food 20 to 30% of the times, eating out, enjoying, partying, the doctor is completely happy, really happy, because you are what they would call a perfectly compliant and a disciplined patient because you followed the rules 70 to 80% of the times. I promise I'm not here to talk about medicine or diet plan. I'm really here to talk about a story. It's Aysha's story. Aysha had very kindly reached out to me and shared her mutual fund statements, her story of investment, and how she survived this journey. It's a beautiful journey to learn from. I hope that all of us can take away something from her investments. Let me begin by saying that the names have been changed for privacy. I really wanted her to be on the show, to come here and do a video with me, but she refused. Well, Aysha is 47 years old. She does have a husband and 3 children. She and her husband work IT jobs, and that's all I would say about her. But she is a brilliant person in ways more than one. If we look at Aysha's journey, honestly, she's had tons of ups and downs. But let me stop talking and share the numbers. This is what Aysha's mutual fund contribution looked like. I took all the numbers from the PDF that she shared for one of her mutual funds. You will see that the journey is quite interesting. So Aysha completed her education somewhere in 2009, and then she started saving a whole bunch of things. She did FDs and some regular mutual funds, and then she had some kind of corpus saved up, but she decided that she wants to go the direct mutual fund route. So she took about 10 lakhs and put it into this direct mutual fund right with the AMC. Now, somewhere in 2015 is when she started, and you can see that throughout 2015, she has been pretty diligent about contributing. She did 40,000 in June 2015, she did 40,000 in July 2015, keeps going, the amount reduced in August of 2015. Again, August of 2015, she did an increased amount. Sometimes she got a bonus or gifts from relatives and she put it in. And in all of 2015, she contributed 9,20,000. This made the total contribution of 19,30,000. And if you looked at the value of her fund, it was in the negative. It was around 18,97,000. She kept continuing. In 2016, she did a few lump sums, like a lump sum of 2,50,000, but not at the same time, 1 lakh and 50,000. And she did a regular SIP of 20,000. The total came up to 4,90,000, much less from the previous year. And then the total amount contributed was 24,20,000. Now the fund was in the green. The value of the fund was 27 lakhs. In 2017, she skipped a few SIPs, but then became quite diligent about it. So she did 20,000 throughout, except 1 month in 2017, she did 50,000. And the total came out to 2,35,000, much less than the previous 2 years. So it's not like she's increasing it all the time or stepping it up like we see in so many of those mutual fund videos. But hey, this was still an interesting journey for her. She's contributed 26 lakhs thus far, and the value of her fund is 36 lakhs. Amazing. Okay, let's keep going. In 2018, all of 2018, Aysha contributed 2,20,000. Even lower than the previous 3 years. You just wonder what was happening with her. But when I asked Aysha, hey Aysha, what happened? She kept saying, hey Divya, I had 2 kids already by this time. She has 3 total, remember. Now she's contributed about 28,75,000. And then overall the value of the fund is 39 lakhs towards the end of 2018. In 2019, both Aysha and husband got a promotion, a raise, a hike. And look at their contributions. They jumped manifold, exponentially. So she has contributed 15,10,000 to this fund, and it became 43 lakhs in terms of contributions, 57, almost 58 lakhs in terms of the value of the fund. Same thing in 2020. Amazing contributions. She contributed up to 19 lakhs. The contribution total is 62 lakhs, and then the value of the fund is 74 lakhs. Now let's go to 2021. Some kind of slowdown. She only contributed 6 lakhs, a total of 6 lakhs, which brought her fund up to 68 lakhs 85,000. But the value of the fund had become 1 crore. I asked Aysha why such a low amount when both of you got promotions and things. And this is when Aysha had had her 3rd child, which was a great sense of joy, but lo and behold, she had to take a break for various reasons. She really wanted to quit working and be at home. So she was a stay-at-home mom and she did not have much to contribute. During this time, it was her husband who also lost a job for about a year. So much less in terms of contributions in 2021. And now is the thing that really surprised me. From April 30th, 2021 to April 30th, 2025, Aysha contributed nothing. For 4 years, she did nothing. And the value of her fund by doing nothing went up to 1.7 crores. That was Aysha's journey. 2 stressful jobs between husband and wife. Lot of breaks. The husband got fired sometimes. Unfortunately, that does happen. I'm sure he must be a great guy and great at his work. But work politics and other ups and downs in the economy, sometimes people are let go, the good ones. Aysha herself took a break because of the 3rd child, an inspiring story. The best thing she said is that the husband found a job pretty quickly thereafter, within a year, so they were able to continue their expenses, but for 4 years, like you saw, they contributed nothing to the mutual fund. And yet this fund grew. I also asked Aysha if she believed in consistent, extremely consistent, disciplined investing. And she said that she doesn't really know what that means because there are ups and downs in life and life would get into the way. So true. Just do what you can. Just contribute whenever you can because that is what Professor Pattu from Free FinCal says. Also, Shankarnath from Shankarnath says that don't buy the dip. Just contribute when you have it and contribute as consistently as you can. This is not to say that we don't have to be consistent with our investments. It's just to say that life will get into the way and there will be ups and downs. I asked Aysha if she believed in value style of investing, in growth or momentum. And she said she had no idea what all of these things meant. She said that she knew that she wanted to be part of a direct fund. Even though she started with regular mutual funds, at some point she realized she does not want to pay the 1% extra. So she stopped. She stopped the regular mutual funds at a very pretty looking portal and then started directly with AMCs. Why didn't she go with the direct mutual funds that we have now, those portals which offer direct mutual funds like Grow, Zerodha, PowerUp, etc., etc.? Well, they weren't available back then. So she did what she could, and she is happy with her style of investing. Coming back to what I said earlier, you just have to follow a diet plan 70 to 80% of the times. And if you do, you're going to emerge a winner. For the general population out there, as long as you don't have any major ailments, 70 to 80% consistency would be great. And I think the same applies to your mutual funds. Aysha is not from the finance background. She is not SEBI registered. She doesn't have any of those great ideas, but she did some groundwork in the beginning. She knew what she wanted. She knew she wanted an equity fund and she contributed to it. And of course, the moment of the big reveal. Which mutual fund was this? This was the HDFC Balanced Fund, which has now been renamed to HDFC Hybrid Equity Fund. This is in no way a recommendation, so please don't think of it as one. This is really to bolster, and to encourage investing, even with its ups and downs, even though you'll have a cheat day in your diet and a cheat month in your investing SIP. Just continue doing what you can and come right back after you've cheated. You'll be just fine, even though life will get into the way. Continue your investments, stop and start again, and you will get there and become more wealthy than you can ever imagine.